as an automatic, usually unconscious, gut-level response to negatively perceived events, situations, or people. Emotional reactivity makes it very hard to be yourself after intimate betrayal. Almost anything, scenes in a movie, sporting events, emails, unexpected phone calls can trigger memories or impressions of the betrayal and unleash intense emotions in reaction. The triggers can also generalize to nearly everyone with whom you interact. That is to say, a negative feeling in anyone else, for any reason, can stimulate emotional chaos or defensive shutdown in those who have suffered intimate betrayal. At its worst, high emotional reactivity hijacks your thoughts and feelings and too often makes you behave uncharacteristically. For example, my client Debbie, who had walked on eggshells for more than 20 years with a resentful and highly critical partner, suddenly burst into a whirlwind of anger and tears when a harried grocery checker sighed in response to her swiping her debit card backward. Debbie's embarrassment and remorse for her overreaction only made the public scene more awkward for her, the cashier, and shoppers in the long line behind her. Debbie came to see me because of this and similar overreactions that were growing more frequent since her divorce. Not all of her overreactions were acted out the way they were in the grocery store. Some were internalized in the form of heightened tension or depressed mood. Her previous therapist had worked with her to explore her feelings regarding her husband's betrayal: anger, resentment, shame, loss, abandonment, and so on, in the belief that unexplored and stuffed feelings caused her overreactions. When the overreactions increased in frequency, the therapist wanted her to take medication, which Debbie refused to do. My approach to emotional healing is different. I assured Debbie that her feelings and reactions were normal and quite common. She didn't need to explore feelings that were a natural result of a sense of self scraped raw by intimate betrayal. Her high emotional reactivity was part of a larger defense system, constructed to protect an understandably wounded heart from future harm. My therapeutic strategy was to build up her sense of personal value and empowerment, and thereby render the heightened defensive system unnecessary. Debbie's defensive reactions, like those of practically all my betrayed clients, had become habituated by the time I saw her. Any mental activity repeated often will form a relatively inflexible sequence of neural firing in the brain. That is, a habit. Once habits are formed, only new habits can replace them. Conditioning new mental, emotional, and behavioral habits is the foundation of my approach to healing and growth.